Today's video is sponsored by S20 Health and Fitness, located at New Street in Holbrook Industrial Estate in Sheffield. If you're interested in joining, you can quote the Ramble for 10% off. Find them at info@s20healthandfitness.com. Also, if you're interested in working with Finn McNamara, you can follow him on Instagram at FinnMcNamara_PT. Thank you to Finn and S20 for their support of the channel.
Sing it.
We're back at S20 for an update. Last time you saw me, I might have been a little bit bigger than I am now. So we've got a quality update for you today. Come with us and see what we've got in store for you.
Yeah, come on. Forward, Jimmy. That's the control I want to see. Yes, come on. Good on. That's it. That's it. Come on, come on. Yeah. That's all right. Good. That's failure. Jimmy's body doesn't understand failure at a muscular level. So we can't go there now. He's experienced. He can do it. He's earned the right.
I have to say, I'm much happier with how I look. I feel a lot better in myself. I feel fitter. I'm more mobile. I've got more energy.
So that's the biggest difference I've seen, is the confidence in himself. He comes in, his head up, saying hello to people. I tell him, crush my finger with your shoulder blades. Because if you squeeze back, you're going to use your upper back muscles. Guys, last one of there, mate. Come on.
It's been great, mate. It's been a really, so far so good. And we had an initial target of 3 stone.
You get that result because don't just arbitrarily say, I want X, I want Y, I want Z. Do you believe it?
We've been consistent, and I think that's been the main key. Week 17 now, I think it is, mate.
Week 17.
And as we stand today, I'm 35 pounds down. So it's been a bit of a different journey for me. It averages out at very nice and steady, at roughly 2 pounds a week. It's not quite been that straightforward for me. There were a little bit of a stall before we started dropping weight, and then we've seen a couple of big drops.
It's a great example of, you see a lot online, fat loss is not linear. Like, you just don't lose in a straight line every single week from week 1 until week X. Stick to the plan, and eventually things start clicking into place. And also a learning curve, because, you know, you at first, trial and error, this worked, this didn't, and then once you started building your routine, that's yours for you,
definitely
for Jimmy, not for anybody else, it works.
I would recommend a PT to anybody, and I'll be honest, I have been skeptical in the past, really, because like we've said, people know the fundamentals of how to lose weight, but there's so much more to it. I think working with you, I have to thank you for my progress, because you've got to know me as a person and what makes me tick. So when we initially started, Finn gave me a plan. Some of it really worked, some of it wasn't quite for me, and like Finn says, I've learned along the way what's good for me and what doesn't. I spoke the other week about, I don't track my calories to the number. I know now what I can eat and what I can't eat and what sort of portions I should be having, and that's more a guesstimate most times, but it's a sensible guesstimate, and it's worked for me. And the reason I did that was, if I were tracking all my calories all the time, it would become more of a chore for me, and it would become more work. And what I want it to be is an enjoyable process that I'm looking forward to doing. So I come twice a week to the gym with Finn. We have a really strong workout.
Nice. We're driving the elbow up, not the hands. As I've just said about posture, I think that's the #1 thing most people get wrong with their exercise setup. If they're wanting to get to a point where I can't feel the muscle, 9 times out of 10 I look at the setup, it's a postural issue. You want to rush it. You do it. I mean, all my clients doing it. I sometimes can still do it.
Yeah.
You want to finish the set, so then you've started.
And it's burning.
Lovely.
Yeah.
2-1-2 or whatever it is, and then it's so I just want to finish. That's great, but again, have you got the most out of the muscle in those last couple of reps? Arguably not, because you're now just speeding through to hit a rep range arbitrarily. Yeah. But if you can't do it without rushing the tempo, those extra 2 or 3 aren't real reps. For me, you're not using the muscle, you're just shoving the weight now.
I thought one of the key ways to lose weight would be to do cardio. We've done no running. It's all weightlifting. You've adapted to what I can do, what I can't do. You've pushed me when I've needed pushing. The glaring one for me was when I came back from holiday. I was obviously slightly behind where I wanted to be. Slowed down a little bit, but you knew what levels I could go to. It's been great, mate. It's been a really, so far so good. And we had an initial target of 3 stone. We've now shifted it. I want another 3.
Well, that's you've earned the right to do that. And is it going to take another 17 weeks exactly? Maybe, maybe not. If it doesn't, that's not a failure. Because eventually things will start, your body will adapt, and it will get to a point where it's like, oh Sam, we're losing an average £2 a week. We now have to turn the screw a bit more, and there might come another point where we have to track calories again for another week or so because we might have to drop food. We go, right, you've now maintained for a bit, you're still doing everything you used to do, the body's, all that's happened is the body's adapted. You've not done anything wrong, you've not failed. It's just, right, eventually your body now, your old deficit calories, because you've lost so much weight, and now your new maintenance calories.
I'm conscious that I will slow down, and I've got to make sure I maintain my motivation when that happens, and that's, again, part of the reason Finn's here, to sort of guide me through that process. I have to say, I'm much happier with how I look. I feel a lot better in myself. I feel fitter, I'm more mobile, I've got more energy.
Yeah, so the chest press is a prime example of what we said about setup. So if he now tries to lift his arms up, so if you pop your arms there, nothing is going to happen here. Because he's already shortening the chest a little bit to be up here. We open up. Now, straight away, I can already feel that's tensed up, so that's going to work. But otherwise, when he was slouched, it's going to be tricep, and it's going to be in here. Also then, second point, in a slouch position, his shoulders going to be dropped in. He's going to hurt that eventually. When you're starting out, mind-muscle connection is a big thing. I'll be brutally honest, for a lot of beginners, not all, some do get it, a lot of beginners won't have that. For the first 2 or 3, maybe even sessions, we use this. Can you feel your chest, Jimmy? Not really. But if we're doing great form, quality reps, control, tempo, set up how we should, that starts then kicking in. So again, stick at it. As if the form is there and the work rate's there, technique, everything like that, the foundation's there, within a few short weeks, you'll be coming off them and like, wow, now the pump is real. I can really feel my chest working. So yeah, mind-muscle connection probably isn't one that beginners have. Build form, not feeling the first 1 or 2 sessions. Form, not feeling. Because if you chase the feeling, you might never get it. And we're doing 48,000 reps, and does your chest hurt? No, but he can't move it anymore. So he's hit failure, but he can't feel his chest. It's not incorrect. He's just learning. He's teaching his body how to move, but also his muscles. Oh, you're supposed to work now. Hardest thing in here. He never wants to rest. I give him more rest than he's again, you might think that watching this. Oh, is he going easy on him? No, I want him to get the most out of every set. If you're just resting 15 seconds because you want to get out as quickly as you came in, great, you're sweaty and you're probably more out of breath, but I would argue you've not got the most out of the muscles. It's not more intense so you grow more. That's not how muscle building works. You know, if you wanted to do a session like that, we'd go upstairs and do circuits. You're trying to build muscle, a minute to a minute and a half, and that's why I talk to him between sets, because he'd rest 10 seconds if I left him. So I talk to him. We have 3 programmed full bodies and we just rotate through them. So today's number 1. So this week we've done number 3 and 1. Next week will be 2 and 3. So it's just so he doesn't get bored. If he's coming to do the same session twice a week, every week, first of all, you get to a plateau twice as fast because you're doing it more often. Full body is my go-to 99% of the time with them, because we could do a great leg day, a great chest day, whatever it is. He'd be wrote off. If we did a full leg day in his first ever session or his first week together, he'd be sore for about 10 days, because I've seen it before, because I've made that mistake before when I was a very early PT. You spread the pain essentially. So we do 1 exercise per main muscle group. So we do a shoulder, chest, back, legs, and then usually glute, hamstring, and then a bit of arms and sometimes abs. And everything feels good. He's sore, but he's not so sore that then he's wrote off, he can't do his steps, which is really important. Because if his legs are too sore, he ain't doing his steps. He's content creator, so he's gonna have periods of time sitting. I know he's got a standing desk sometimes as well, but he's gonna have a lot of time sitting, driving to meetings, very static. So we need like lower back and hips are gonna be areas to look at. So if your heels are coming up, to squat down, you're having to do that to get your knee to go any further forward. Everyone will have a different foot position on a hack squat, on a leg press. Jimmy's a lot taller than me, so he can't have his feet as low as I do, because there's more of his leg bone to get into the same area. So if you feel that squats are wrong, you can't really feel them in your quads, you feel them a bit in your knees, your calves hurt at the end of the set, it's because you'll be off your heels. Change your foot position.
And it's stuff like that. It's knowing how far. I wouldn't know as a layman how far to push myself.
Yeah.
So like now we're lifting weights as we do the hyperextension. I wouldn't know when is right to up those weights. Is it too much what we're lifting? No, it's you're here to guide me. So you will keep pushing me to the levels that you, in your experience, know that I can get to. So
his knees can take it, his hips can take it, his mechanics are better for it. He's built some foundational strength in those legs. We go in the hack squat, and his performance is great, and it looks second nature to him, that movement. Whereas if I put it on it before, the machine would have been moving him. Yeah. He wouldn't have been controlling it. So it's another good example of that. So we're just going to go through a little bit of kind of exercise technique with a row, because a lot of people out there watching will have tried a row machine, not this exact one necessarily, but any sort of row, and they're not feeling it. You feel it in their arms. Oh, I can't really feel where I'm supposed to do. So again, he sets up right. If he's down here, he can't use his back. Not a chance. So as he pulls, I cue, squeeze. I've got my finger between his shoulder blades. I tell him, crush my finger with your shoulder blades. Because if you squeeze back, you're going to use your upper back muscles. If your shoulder blades aren't moving, you're not using them. We're seeing this come back towards us, you see. This is now moving. So this has to be working. If these aren't moving, the muscles aren't working within this movement. All you feel, forearm, bicep. You're not using your upper back. So we teach him shoulder blade movement. Nice, shimmy. That applies to any row. Not just this one, any row, be it T-bar, machine, cable. Squeeze, stretch, squeeze through. So if you just do that, all arms. So that's probably where you're going wrong. If you, any audience of Jimmy's, if you tried a row machine and all you feel is your biceps, crush a penny with your shoulder blades. Think about that. Another one while Jimmy rests is grip. If you're gripping for dear life, again, forearm's gonna go. It's gonna burn out. So you wanna almost use it as a hook. So clasp round, and some people even take the thumb off. Just to loosen the tension here, and then we can drag through the handle. That's why you might see the big guys in the gym using those straps. They wrap the straps around here, and it attaches there. Then you can loosen your actual finger grip, but it's still attached to you. You can pull it, you can use your back more effectively, and you're not getting forearm cramp before the end of a set. So you can either take your thumb off, but I really recommend using your hand as a hook.
Ultimately, I can tell you and describe to people how I feel and how strong I feel, and it's helped me mentally as much as anything as well.
Definitely.
But I think the results speak for themselves as well.
Yeah.
Because I'm 2.5 stone lighter in 17 weeks. It's results I could have only dreamed of, really, and it motivates you to do more. If anybody can turn me around, who needed kicking and screaming to get into a gym, I now drive 50 minutes here, 50 minutes back, twice a week, just to see Finn and come and do my session because I want to, and I want to carry on this success and progress. So
that's the biggest difference I've seen, is the confidence in himself. He comes in, his head up, saying hello to people, and he's walking around like an old pro now in terms of, you know, how he can just walk around the gym. He's not walking around like he don't belong here. The commitment he's shown, it just shows you that, like, I know he jokes if you could turn him around, but like, you always hear people say, I've got this goal, the 3 stone target. How actually, really, do you believe it? Are you just telling me on a consultation I want to lose 3 stone, or do you believe you can do it? Now, Jimmy can only answer that if he really goes deep down, and if he says, you know what, maybe I couldn't believe it. But you get that result because don't just arbitrarily say, I want X, I want Y, I want Z. Do you believe it? Do you actually, or is it just words to appease the consultation?
Being in this gym environment, I don't walk around and say hello to people because I've earned the right. I walk around and say hello to people because once you break that stereotype and that stigma of what S20 is all about, you get past, like, yeah, there's a few lads with bigger muscles than me as I walk in, and you know, there's fit people all around, but there's also people like me here, and there's people doing regular workouts. There's people at all different stages of building and rebuilding and getting on track and stuff. If you can get over that stigma and stereotype of this is just a gym built of fit people, and Ryan's done a brilliant job of turning around that sort of mentality where
Absolutely.
he's so welcoming and friendly. Nobody's judging you, nobody's watching you, nobody's bothered. They're just focused on their own stuff. That's us done for another session. As always, pushed at limits, and this red hot weather doesn't help, but we got through it because he knows how far to push me. What I'll say, we'll be coming to you next time. Pretty quicker turnaround than last time, just for a little Q&A. Thought you might fancy a bit of a question and answer session with Finn, the expert himself. If you've got any questions in terms of supplements, training exercises, what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing, what's too much, what's not, whether that's food or exercise, get your questions into me. Or me and Finn will both put it up on our Instagram as well if you have any questions for next time, and we'll answer them. We'll do a sit down next time we get together. If you're all right with that, Finn?
Absolutely.
We'll have a sit down and talk about myth busting a little bit.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll answer some of your questions. So thank you again to Finn, mate. Much appreciated, pal.
Appreciate your hard work.
Promise I'll come back next week and I'll see you all in the next one.
Oh!